Hello guys, welcome to the prelims focus news discussion of 8th of September. Let's discuss the very first news guys. It is about the Supreme Court has allowed 13-year-old rape survivor to abort her 31-week-old fetus. See guys, this news is actually very important. The reason being I'm telling you, just before 2-3 months one news came in which Supreme Court has not allowed to abort her around 28 year old week fetus when the girl was 10 years or 11-year old, most probably, if I'm not wrong, right? But she was less than 13 years, I'm damn sure. So Supreme Court has not allowed that thing, but in this case Supreme Court has allowed this abortion, है ना? Because there are, many rules are there actually. One legislation is there, that is Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, under which it has been said that threshold limit is 20 weeks, है ना? If above fetus is above 20 weeks, then the abortion will not be allowed in any case, except few circumstances in which if the medical board recommends, then they can terminate. So in this case also medical board has recommended that there was a possibility of the girl getting aborted. That's why the Supreme Court has allowed her. But that time, why didn't Supreme Court has allowed? Because that time the right to privacy was not considered the fundamental right. But this time Supreme Court, while passing the decision, they have taken the concern of this fundamental right, which is called right to privacy, and after that they have taken this decision. So it is becoming a very important topic per se for you to analyze certain things which is being dynamic in nature. Why the news are dynamic? That's why you can get through this news only, right? And you can, of course, if some point supporting this right to privacy, if you want to put forth in your answer copy, then you can of course include this this as an example, this news as an example, right? Alright, next is guys, community based management of acute malnutrition program. It is a Rajasthan government launched malnutrition program which is based on micro planning in the sense this will be launched at a district level. Alright, the first phase of this has already been launched in December 2015, in which around 9,000 children were taken care of, means below 5 years of age, were given the vitamin enriched and therapeutic foods. And therapeutic foods are the foods in which in a very small amount of food also there you will be getting more and more amount of vitamins, minerals and other sort of nutritional impediments, right? So and nutrition things you will be getting in therapeutic food. So in December 2015 when it was launched, so these things were given to around 9,000 children, and now in the second phase is going on, under which the government has targeted to provide these vitamin rich and therapeutic foods to around 17,000 malnourished children in around 20 districts. So it is indeed a very important program which you can put as an example. If some sort of question related to the children malnutrition come, you can put that the Rajasthan government's initiative of this community based management of acute malnutrition program was a milestone in which there was huge success in phase 1 of the program and blah blah blah. So you can just put like this, right? And the project partner for this program are UNICEF, Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition and Action Against Hunger, right? So these are the three participants. Next is guys about high level meeting on safety in train operations. Guys, there are many train incidents occurring. That's why the Ministry of Railways has constituted this high level meeting, under which a comprehensive review safety of this railway was undertaken, and the major problem due to which these rail accidents are frequently occurring, that is unmanned level crossing and derailment due to rail track defects, these are taken care of in this, right? Now the following directions to the railway board to ensure safety in the train operations has been given to the railway board. Those are all unmanned level crossing should be eliminated expeditiously within a network of 1 year time frame. Now 1 year time frame has been given by this new railway minister Piyush Goyal, and he has said that all the unmanned level crossings will be eliminated. There will be track replacement and renewal for the priority, those tracks which are priority based, means those tracks which are very much faulted and where there is high probability and risk of getting that track distorted. So those track will be replaced. All right. Next is the procurement of new rails should be expedited conducted on a large scale with a view to complete construction of new railway line. And one more thing, guys, one of the major thing which has been taken decision in this meeting, high level meeting, was the introduction of LHB coaches. Now see, in the normal coaches, what happens is, if there is an accident, then what happens is, like, above one coaches, other coaches get get above the one coaches, means in that cases, like the casualties, the probability of casualties are very much higher. But in the LHB courses, this thing doesn't happen, mean one bogie doesn't get over to the another bogie. All right, and the fifth and the last thing which has been taken decision in this high level meeting was the introduction of anti-fog LED lights, because during the winter times when there is fog, there is high, the cases of train accidents gets higher. So that's why they will introduce this LED lights also, so that if people is crossing the railway line also, they will get to know that if a train is coming or not, because LED lights are of very high intensity, right? So they will get to know this. Next is about International Literacy Day of 2017 has been celebrated this time in Delhi, and it was from Indian side, it was the management thing was undertaken by HRD Ministry, and the theme of this International Literacy Day, as announced by UNESCO, was literacy in the digital world. And the program which will be included in this literacy day, that is today, is the International Literacy Day. All right, so there will be felicitations of different dignitaries that are coming into this festive day, that is International Literacy Day, and there will be distribution of Sakshar Bharat award to best performing states, districts, Gram Panchayat and NGOs. And the aim of this International Literacy Day this time is to mobilize public opinion in favor of struggle against literacy, and form a forum to disseminate information on literacy and raise the public awareness and the significance of literacy for individuals and national development. And this Literacy Day was being announced by UNESCO in 14th session, which was being held in 1966, under which they have decided, they have declared that 8 September will be celebrated as International Literacy Day. Alright, next is, guys, the first National Canine Seminar was organized by NSG, that is National Security Guard. Now, what is National Security Guard? It's a special force under the Ministry of Home Affairs, which earlier when it was formed, then it was formed to tackle the internal disturbances. But as the time went by, the need occurred more, and they have converted themselves now to combat terrorist activities also. Alright, now the theme of this first National Canine Seminar organized in India was Canine as a Tactical Weapon in Fight Against Terrorism, and the objective to discuss and deliberate on the techniques of dog training and strategies. The dog training and strategies this time was in focus, that how to train dogs so that they can be more trained and more specific of predicting the some sort of terrorist activity, whether there is a possibility of terrorist activity in some place or not. Excuse me. All right, so next is also under this National Canine Seminar, the ministry has flagged off the NSG motorcycle expedition. Now, why NSG motorcycle expedition has been formed? This is kind of expedition which will be, they will be conducting rally in motorcycle throughout few states, right? And the objective of this expedition is to spreading message of collective responsibility towards a fight against terrorism. Means not only the government is responsible to fight against terrorism, in fact the normal human beings, the citizen like us, are also, they are requesting us to join to fight against terrorism. And how we can do that? If we get to know any kind of terrorism activities, any sort of indication that there is a possibility of terrorism activities, then what we need to do is we need to simply tell the police. That's it, simple. So that's why they have asked to fight this. They want to tell by this motorcycle expedition that terrorism is a collective responsibility, not the responsibility of only the government. All right. Okay, next is Yuddh Abhyas 27 has been organized under between the India and US Defense. So it is basically a joint military training exercise under which both the sides will hold their expert academic and military discussions to share each other's experience on various topics, so that we will be getting mutually benefited, right? So it is one of the largest joint running military training and defense cooperation endeavors between India and USA, and the opportunity to arm force of both the countries to train in an integrated manner at battalion level with joint planning. All right. Next is guys, India refuses to join declaration against Myanmar at international meet. Declaration, that is Bali Declaration, has been adopted in Indonesia, which is against the state, a single state, that is Myanmar. So under this, they just wanted Myanmar government not to persecute the Rakhine Muslims, right? So that's why this declaration has been taken. But the Indian parliamentary delegations, which has been set up to decide whether India should join this declaration or not, so they have decided that India should not join this declaration. There are two reasons India is keeping before, and that is, it is a country specific issues, which has been included in this declaration, and this dilutes the objective of these kind of international forums. Means you can't take the country specific decisions if a country, in these kind of forums. The Indian government is telling this, right? And the second one objective, which has not been written in this article, and you can analyze the thing, is that if we are joining, if you are joining against this declaration, that is, if you are signing this Bali Declaration, which is against the Myanmar, then our bilateral relations will get diluted, and we don't want to do that, because they are the member of BIMSTEC, and we are also cooperating with Myanmar on various projects like trilateral highways, then Sitwe port project, which is being, so if we take the decision against Myanmar, then it might dilute our bilateral relations also. So that's why India has refused to join the declaration against this Myanmar. So it is as such not such that important question, current affair, but just the thing is that we have to remember, the thing is topic, that how we just want to mold our relations with our neighboring states. That's it, right? Alright guys, so this was all about the today's news. We'll meet in next class. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you for listening to me guys. Thank you very much.